You're welcome to Perspective Flow Hub. If this is your first time of joining us in the channel, I want to encourage you to hit the subscribe button and ensure that you get everything that we have for you. It's very important and you are going to enjoy this channel to improve your French language. Now we're looking at a very important study, and that is the signe d'autographe. The signe d'autographe, that's the autograph signs in French. Now, autographs are very important in French and in every other language. Now, it's a key. That's what tells you that this language is different from the other language, from another language, French for and English, for example. Now, we have various languages. We call them the Indo-Latino languages. That's French, German, Spanish. They all come from Latin. They have the same alphabets. So, how to distinguish between them, we make use of the autograph signs in French study. The signs, the symbols, which we call the signe d'autographe in French study, they affect the pronunciation and even the meaning of the word. We're going to see more of that later on. And there are 7 of them in French. The first one is accent aigu, that you have it there. You have accent grave, you have accent circonflexe, you have tréma, you have cédille, you have trait d'union, and you have l'apostrophe. We'll look at all of them very soon now. Accent aigu, very important. This is one of the most commonly used French autograph sign, and it's used with the letter E. And you have, when it's used, you have something like this in French. E. This is what you're going to get, and it's pronounced A. This is the pronunciation. This is it. A. You have this particular sound in French, that phoneme, when used like that. Aside that, you have the capacity of that word to change the meaning of a word, like I explained. Look at the example. We have, for example, this word. This is church, église. You have again État. This is the state, like État de Delta, État de Washington State, Delta State in Nigeria, État de New York State. So you have bébé, that's baby. This is it here, bébé. You have that. Then the second one is called accent grave. Now for this accent grave is very, very important. You have it with the letter E also, but not just E, it's also with letter A and U, and then you're going to give you something like this. By the time you have it on those vowels, it gives you something like this. Apart from that, it changes the meaning. When you have it with under the letter E, it gives you this particular phoneme, air phoneme, instead of this by some new writers, or the conventional what we call O kadok, something like this. So that's what it does. It changes the pronunciation and then changes the vowel as well. You look at the examples we have. We have A, you have père, you have U. So you see it's used with letter A, letter E, and letter U, as I said earlier. Let's go to the next one now. You have accent circonflexe. It's like a cap on top of all the vowels in the alphabet. A, E, I, O, U is another of them. Now, it changes the meaning also, like I've stressed. Look at the example. We have âme, that's the soul. You have another example now, être, that's to be. This is it here. It means to be. It's a verb, an auxiliary verb in French, very important, and every learner in French must know. Then you have île, that's an island. This is it. That's an island there. Is it there? Then you have the next one as côte, coastal area, like Côte d'Ivoire. You have cieux, to be certain. Now you have tréma. This is tréma. It's like 2 dots on top of a word. Now tréma is used and then on the vowel E, I, and U generally. So the tremor is a very important one, and it tells us that you must pronounce the word distinctively as an independent word. You know, in French, we have a way of pronouncing words. We can gather them together, and then 3 letters can give you a word. But when you have the tremor on top of a word like this, you have it pronounced distinctively. Look at the example, Noël. We pronounce the O different, but the E different. Noël. You have another example. We have maïs. Look at this, M-A-I-S, maïs. There's also another word in French. We call it maïs. We have M, we have A, I, and then you have letter S. We call it me. It gives you this phoneme. It gives you this. But for this one, because of that trema there is pronounced independently, differently. So that's what it does to that particular word when it is used. So it's important we note that now. Let's go to something else. We have CD. Now this one is used basically with the letter C. CD. This is CD here with the letter C, and then it's written like 5, but you remove the top of it, and it comes under the letter C. And that's when they see before letter A, letter O, and letter U, as you have it here. So you're going to give it the sound S instead of the sound K, as you have it here. Now, we're going to see the examples briefly. Apart from, before the examples, you must know that when you are using it in French verb, CR verb, at the new level, you have it. You have like no common son. Those in French, and as you are going around your studies, you are going to come in contact with it most of the time. Now look at the examples we have. We have français. There's CD on top of this C, give that S, this particular stuff here. Now, if the C was not there, they're giving you this sound here. So that's why they're very important. We have le son, the same thing applicable. Because of the O here, if it's, that's basically for pronunciation reason. It only changes the pronunciation and maintain the phonetic sound. That's the function of CD. That's the function of CD. Now the next one we're looking at now is called apostrophe. This one might not be too tricky for those of us in English, Anglophones. Now for this particular one, you use it to indicate that a particular vowel is missing generally. And then let's look at this now. We're going to see the examples very soon. Now we use for articles, it's used for personal pronouns when you're conjugating verbs in French. Now look at the example we have here. So before then, note that some scholars call this particular thing in French article élidé. That's how they refer to it, meaning something is missing. Look at the examples now. We have J. I'm supposed to have something like this, like J, E before A, I. That means je, but in the French is not allowed. So we remove this E and then they put this apostrophe there. That's how you come about this in French. So that's the use of apostrophe. So if you don't know how to use it, you might end up writing something else in French which is not actually French, to be precise. Now the next thing is l'article. Now the same is applicable here. Article is a masculine word in French. So I'm supposed to be having what we call lo before the article, and they remove this e now, and then they put this particular thing there, that article, that apostrophe there, to indicate that something is missing. It has been replaced. So that's a standing rule in French. That's how it is done. Now I have the same for oncle, the same thing. There would have been e before after the L, but it's removed of the O that comes before with the uncle. The next thing we want to look at now is called trait de l'union. Now trait de l'union is very important as well. It's very close to what we have in English and many other languages. It's used basically to link words together. It's used to link words together to form a compound word. That is it. Nothing more than that. Look at the examples we have. We have l'arc-en-ciel. This is it. This is an arc. This is sky. This is a preposition on. So we have this. You have it here. You have it here. L'arc-en-ciel. Linking them together. Take the next example. You have anti-American. You have anti. It's a word of its own. You have American. Another word. American. Another word. You have anti-American. So that is how you use that particular single orthograph. So that's basically the 7 things that we have. Now once again, we use them because in French and it changes the pronunciation, it also changes the meaning. So now I have an exercise for you before I put the video before I stop this video. I want you to look at this list of words. Now the question is ajouter les signes d'orthographe qui manquent. That is, add the missing orthographic signs in the list of words. Now the very first one is l'école. You put the sign that is missing from the E. You have le collège, something is missing there, put it there. You have les études, put it there. You have for être, put it there. You have for bibliothèque, put it there. You have for la matière, put it there. You have for la géographie, put it there. You have la histoire, it's supposed to be l'histoire, so make it l'histoire. Then you have l'éducation, we have la education there, make it what it should be. Then you have récréation, put the accent that is missing there. We have règle, something is missing there. We have les élèves, something is missing there. fact two signs actually, put them there, and then